This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I'll take any lead I can get at the moment.
Good. I'll do whatever I can to help. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the Free Marches. My uncle Gamlen's still in Kirkwall, but everyone else I used to know, they've pretty much scattered to the winds.
I'd like to know more about Anders. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just an Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was, has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess.
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
And you're a mage, so that's saying something. Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much.
Hey.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't think the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink. I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
It was good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next.
Scout Harding,
Your worship.
shouldn't you be out there scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montilier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
What's been going on?
That strange boy came in with an armful of chickens. You're looking after him, right?
What's been going on?
Dorian's awfully pretty, isn't he?
What's been going on?
Just waiting to get back out there.
What's been going on?
Just waiting to get back out there.
Take care.
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect? Hey, enough!
You're taking his side?
I said enough!
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but she had vanished. Then we looked for Hawk, but he was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
How's it
He's
going?
with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
Ah, I understand.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand... But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
Good thing I still like you.
I'm serious.
You think I'm not?
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Here. Tell the commander that this is the perfect spot for the armory.
Yes, ma'am. Right away.
Cassandra's calmed down. I think you can take your hand off your crossbow.
Define calm down for me in terms of who or what she's punching right now. I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade, and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry. Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carter clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carter to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
It's not pain. It's more like my nerves go on fire.
It sounds most unpleasant. Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
At your service.
Good to see you safe, Inquisitor. We've got trouble ahead.
I'm sure it's nothing the Inquisition can't handle.
Careful, Your Worship. That optimism might be catching.
Are things that bad?
Crestwood was the site of a flood 10 years ago during the Blight. It's not the only rift in the area, but after it appeared, corpses started walking out of the lake. You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawke's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
I wish we could get better acquainted, Harding. When the dead aren't rising around us, perhaps.
The world would crumble to dust before you ran out of ills to fight. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck, and please be safe.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Must be a way to get to the rift in the lake.
You mean aside from wearing all your armor and wading in?
It sounds different. The water changes the song.
Does that rift mean water is pouring into the Fade right now?
Grey Wardens thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
Will you stay to fight the undead here?
My orders forbid it. Crestwood was only a detour.
Is that all the aid we can offer these people?
If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can. The villagers have already lost too many.
What are you doing in Crestwood?
A warden named Stroud is wanted for questioning. We heard he'd passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
What have you been told about this road?
Warden Commander Clarell ordered his capture. I can say no more than that. I hope Sir Stroud comes with us peacefully. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
Farewell.
Farewell.
You sure we can't help the village?
Our orders are clear. We can't find Warden Stroud. We can turn to the road with the pace. That'll be alright. I know, but if we turn around, we'll find the island.
None of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus' plot to seize the Order.
They stay by oaths sworn in blood. Not theirs, then their own. They're true.
I hope Hawk's warden friend has answers for us.
Did you see how the Grey Wardens saved me from those corpses? They're amazing. I'm going to see if they're looking for recruits.
Joining the Grey Wardens is not a good idea.
Oh, Maker. You're the Inquisitor. But yes, the Wardens are heroes. They saved me from those demons, your worship. With all that's happening, I'd like to help people the same way.
By joining the Grey Wardens, you can't think of something less lethal.
Grey Warden or no, the world needs more people with your courage.
And I wish you luck in their service.
Thank you, your worship. I'll make you proud.
Undead by the gates.
Ready when you are.
it, friend? The dead are walking the night.
Board up the windows, bring the animals into the barn. What else?
The sooner I get away, the better it will be.
Please! May I use your assistance?
Why doesn't Judith live in the village while this is going on? Maker, if something happens...
Are you looking for someone named Judith?
Oh, was I speaking out loud? Judith lives outside the village. I asked her to hide here when the undead came, but she wouldn't hear it.
Why wouldn't she hide where it's safer?
Likes her space, she says. I told Judith my house was big enough. Me and the boy could sleep in the barn if she wanted room. She turned me down.
Good day to you.
And to you.
A moment, your worship.
What's going on here?
Ever since that green light appeared, undead keep rising from the lake. The mayor can tell you more. I hope Andraste sent you, your worship. We've been trapped here for weeks.
Cole, you saw Corypheus when he attacked Haven. What was your read on him?
Fear inside, blackness like a pool of hate. So much as... Changed. I need to stop it. Bend it to my will.
Did he actually walk into the Black City? Is that true?
Betrayal, blurred at the edges like a faded painting. Too long...
Harvest would be poor. It's not safe to work the fields.
your own shelter.
Here I am. Hi. How's it going? Interesting mosaics. That's a dog. Bike, you mean as in motorcycle? Or like a regular mountain bike? Or like a moped?
The Inquisitor. Oh, Mayor Dedrick of Crestwood Village. At your service, despite everything. Are you here to stop the undead?
We should. We could. Everyone here is so scared.
Oh, nice. Unfortunately, I don't really care for motorcycles because 3 years ago, going on 4 now, my uncle, he died on his Harley. A drunk driver hit him, wasn't watching, and hit him, and my uncle flew off the bike and landed in the road chest first and died on impact. And that was like maybe 50 feet from my house.
The undead are appearing because of a rift in the Fade. How can I get to it?
The light in the lake. It's coming from the caves below Old Crestwood. Darkspawn flooded it 10 years ago during the Blight. Wiped out the village, killing the refugees we took in.
Thanks. You know, because assholes don't want to watch what they're doing when they're driving. They don't give a fuck about bikers at all. That's the problem.
I saw a dam. If we use it to drain the lake, I can get to that Fade rift.
Drain the... There must be some other way.
Your people are frightened, and they're tired. Let us help.
You'd have to evict the bandits in the old fort to use the dam. I can't ask you to risk your life.
Yeah, that's my uncle's girlfriend was on the back of the bike at the time, and I bet. And yeah, my uncle's girlfriend was on the back of his bike at the time of the accident, and she flew off the bike probably about 20 feet, hit a light pole and a stop sign. I mean, she literally bounced. When she hit, she ricocheted off the light pole, hit the stop sign, then landed on the ground. She shattered every bone in her body. She was lucky to even survived.
Crestwood can't last much longer. I don't want to leave without doing what I can.
I suppose it must come to this. This key unlocks the gate to the dam controls past the fort. The rift must be in the caves under Old Crestwood. But, Inquisitor, I would not linger there.
I bet. It really is. And all this, like, happened, like, maybe 50 feet from my house. So, but I wasn't home at the time, and was staying with my parents at the time, and because I had nowhere else to go, and I had a job, but it wasn't like a full-time job. I had a part-time job at the time, and so I was kind of just renting a room from my parents, and luckily I wasn't home. I got pulled out by a friend who was in a bar that was never usually went to bars. It wasn't his thing to go into bars. So he's like, I'm in a bar. I'm like, dude, that's weird. Why are you in a bar? But so I went to the bar to meet up with him to figure out what the hell's going on with him. So while I was dealing with him, my uncle ends up in the accident and becomes dead on the road. Well, I didn't even bother to check my phone because my mother had called, and she was like, you know. So when I got home, and by the time I got home, the accident had already occurred, and my uncle was underneath a sheet. You know, I didn't even think that, you know, it was my uncle. And so I went home, and my sister's there, who never is over, and who never really talks to us. But she was there. I knew something was wrong, and Mom was crying, and I'm just going like, what the fuck is going on? You know, freaking out. What the fuck you doing here? What the hell? Why is Mom crying? You know, my first thought is, who the fuck is that on the road? And what the hell did you say to Mom? I was pissed. Just random shit happened that night. Just weird, random shit. Like, buddy of mine was in a bar. He normally wasn't in a bar. My sister was at the house. Yeah. My sister was normally not at the house, nor did she ever come to visit. Then why the fuck is she here? Why is Mom crying? I mean, it was just a weird fucking night. Then she was like, Uncle Mike is dead. And I'm like, what? Yeah, it was one of those nights where it was like, the day was fine, and then all of a sudden, you know, hey, you know, I'm in a bar. You're not normally going to bars, dude. What are you doing in a bar? Oh, my girlfriend broke up with me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's figure out what the hell's going on with him, and get home. Mom's crying. Sister's there, who's normally not there, nor do we ever hardly talk. Right. And then finally she tells me that's Uncle Mike on the road. I'm just like... And then I also had my girlfriend over. And then somehow, you know, my buddy Danny ended up crashing at my place. And that turned out to be an even weirder night. I'm not going to even go into that. So that whole freaking night was just fucked.
Tell me about your village.
We farm what we can, trade with the merchants who travel the King's Road. We only want peace.
I don't follow the news.
It's all we've ever wanted.
What can you tell me about the...
Because usually, you know, the news would take, you know, something as small as a bead collector died today into, oh my god, we had a horde of killer bees go by, and no, it was just the fact that dude was a bee hoarder. And you know what I'm saying, the news will take something and they'll make it into something. They exaggerate the situation. So no, I didn't really hear about it because I don't really follow the news, because like I said, I believe that a lot of times newscasters will take something as small as, you know, a bee herder died today into, you know, we had a massive killing by killer bees kind of thing. No, he was just stupid when he was dealing with his own bees. Kind of thing. So I don't bother watching the news no more.
The Darkspawn followed a band of refugees running from the Blight. Some of the refugees were...
Shit gets
were
stupid.
very ill, but we took them in. They perished when the Darkspawn flooded Old Crestwood.
How did Darkspawn manage that?
They found the dam's controls, wrecked them. All I remember is the refugees and villagers screaming as they drown. And now, they return to us.
Until later.
Of course.
Sorry to hear that. But I do have to get going. I gotta go. Yeah, I understand. Don't worry about it. And I don't really care to know any more than you have already shared. Yeah. The less I know, the better. But I need to get going. I gotta jump in the shower, and then I gotta take off and go see my kid. Alright. Yeah. The joys of fatherhood. Yay. Even though this little bastard is 18. Dad, come hang out with me.
They
no.
say you're a demon.
Yes. Or spirit. I want it to be spirit.
My favorite
Either
thing to tell my
way,
kid, no.
I know you're dangerous.
Yes. Like you.
What?
Come see me, Dad. No.
The boy runs from it, crying.
I don't want to.
So you're dangerous and insane.
You would stop it if you could.
Kind of funny.